lead heads. Welcome back to the Talking Lead Podcast. This is episode 245, the big 245. Getting close to 250. Of course, you guys know when we hit those milestones, we usually give something pretty cool away. So stay tuned, be listening, pay attention, and like I always say, be engaging with us on social media, our Instagram, our Facebook pages. When we make posts, comment, like, share, and we reward those lead heads as well. Just like last week, we went to our iTunes ratings and reviews, and we picked a winner from there. Lake Tuna won some nice prizes from us from our Talking Lead Swag Vault. So you guys pay attention, because you could be next. If you didn't catch last week's episode, it was day one, part two of our coverage of the NRA annual meetings there in Dallas. And we had MKS Supply, Charlie Brown, and David. We had JL. JL is the moderator of the Bursa chat and blog website. They talk about all things Eagle Imports, basically. They talk Bursa and Grand Power and Metro Arms and all the lines that Eagle Imports carries. Eagle Imports was the official lead quarters of Talking Lead during the 2018 NRA annual meetings, and we greatly appreciate those guys. We had a great time. The studio was awesome. It had what we were calling pizzazz. So for you lead heads that made it out, thanks for stopping by, saying hey. We greatly appreciate the support there, and we look forward to doing it again next year. Also, on the last episode, we had Trey Jingle. That's right. That's his last name, Jingle. Trey's a great guy. It was a great interview. Boy likes to talk, too, boy. He's got a lot of information. But it was interesting. So you guys go back, and Trey is with Full Conceal. They do those Glock conversions that give you the ability to fold your Glock. That's right, it folds and makes it even more concealable. It's a really cool concept. A lot of engineering that went into that design. And I'm looking forward to doing some things with Trey in the near future. And then we also had our good buddies from Atlas Defense on there, Joe Moe and Charlie Watson with Atlas Defense. They've got some new suppressors that you guys definitely will want to check out. They've got their new Pilum M. It'll shoot anything from 45 caliber down. It is convertible from a 6-inch all the way up to a 9-inch. You can adjust the length on that with their new design of that. And they've got a new 30 caliber one out as well. So make sure you guys go back to last week's episode, check out all those cool interviews. We're continuing our interviews this week with, as the title of the show says, we've got none other than Tonto on the show with us this week, guys. Kris Tonto Paronto. We've had him on in the past, but we didn't really get a kind of one-on-one interview with him. He was with Maxim Defense down at Big 3 when we talked to him before, and they were just starting their new training company called Battleline. Him and Boone had started their new training company there. And we talk about it more on this episode. And then we also just have a good down-to-earth, sitting around the campfire kind of talk like we normally do with our guest. And it was really cool. It was a fun interview. Kris is a really approachable guy. You know, he's one of those that you can just go up to in public. He's happy to shake your hand, take a picture, answer your questions, and he did a lot of that on this interview. So you guys are really going to enjoy this week's episode with Tonto. Make sure you go check out his book, and he didn't write 13 hours, as a lot of people think. You know, it was based on him and his team there in Benghazi. But Kris has a book out that's called The Ranger Way, and you guys can go to his website and check that book out. That's one on my list. I haven't read that one yet, but that is on my list. I'm going to get that one. As soon as I get finished reading Magnus Johnson's book that he's got a tabletop book out with Mission 22. Magnus Johnson, he founded Mission 22, and I'm getting ready to finish that one up, and then I'm going to get Tonto's book. And if you want to check out Magnus's book, it's a good one also. You can go to Mission 22, their website there, and his book's there. All right, leadheads, so I'm calling on you. I need your help here. Supporting those that support this show. Not only have you guys been awesome with going and supporting these guys online by buying their products. But I need to go one step further. I need you guys to go to your local gun stores, your local retailers there, and say, hey, do you carry Right On USA? Do you carry Modern Spartan Systems? Do you carry High Threat Concealment? Do you carry X-Steel targets? Are you guys carrying these products? Go to your local gun stores, your local retailers there, and say, hey, I'm looking for a Right On USA binoculars. You guys carry those? If not, have them get in touch with the guys over there and start carrying them. We need to start a grassroots movement with our sponsors here. As you lead heads know, Talking Lead, we like to support up-and-coming new companies, companies that have great products, high-quality products, where you get a lot for your money. And you guys know that Right On is one of those companies. Their optics, put them side by side to any of the higher end optics, and they will stand toe to toe with any of those. I guarantee it. You've heard me tell this story before. I was sold on them through their binoculars. I had met Brady at one of the NRA shows there and checked out their binoculars. Didn't even know they did scopes. I just thought they were just kind of, like doing binoculars. I just thought that was their only product they had. And as we got to talking, he's like, no, we do rifle scopes and we do red dots and all that. So as I got my hands on those, tried them out, absolutely fell in love with their product, and the rest is history. They are the official optics of Talking Lead now, and we need you guys to get out there, go to your local stores, and say, hey, Mr. Gun store owner dude, I see you got this, and this optics, but I'm really looking for a Right On, RITON optic. We need to get that name, that brand built up, and we need you lead heads to help us with that. Also with Modern Spartan Systems, I've been using their products for, like I said, nearly 5 years now. And then when they came out with this TVT engine oil additive, I've been using that for the past, at least 2.5, 3 years on the lead sled, and their products just work. And not just my testimony, but there are actually hardcore operators out there that use their product and attest to it. You guys have heard Charlie Melton on our show before. Charlie Melton, Navy SEAL sniper, trained Chris Kyle, Marcus Luttrell, made the world's longest rifle shot, and we're getting ready to go out in September and even break that record again, his 5,000 yard record. We're going to go 6, maybe even 7,000 in September. So go ask for Modern Spartan Systems. Their products do what they say they do. They don't just clean your firearms, they do optimize them. You will see greater performance and greater accuracy if you use their products. ModernSpartanSystems.com. And then, of course, Defy. I don't know if any gun stores will carry watches or not, but you might be able to get them to start carrying them. These are great tough watches, great EDC tough watches that Defy has with their Scout and their Battlefield. I'm wearing the Battlefield today. I had the Scout on earlier this week. I was wearing it. But I've got the Battlefield on today, and they're comfortable watches. You guys heard me say before, I hadn't worn watches in years, and then I met Jeremy at an event down in Chattanooga. Jeremy Smith, who is the owner of Smith and Bradley watches, and they just started this Defy line, which is a more affordable. It's more of a active lifestyle kind of watch, really rugged but looks good, stylish, and really functional. So this one's got an analog and a digital time. I can actually get set another time zone if I want to. It keeps the date, the time, the seconds. It's got a stopwatch on it. There's an alarm, obviously. Most watches have an alarm. This one's got one. The stopwatch. Just feature rich, and these are waterproof as well, so you can wear them swimming, showering, doing your yard work, running that marathon. You don't have to worry about the sweat or anything in these. Really good watches. So check them out at defywatches.com. And then, of course, you lead heads, if you go back to episode 242 and listen to that, there's an exclusive deal only for lead heads. You're going to get a huge discount on these watches. defywatches.com. And we've got something special coming up soon from Jeremy and Defy. Maybe Smith and Bradley. Don't know which one yet, but he's got some news. He's threatened us with another awesome deal, so you guys stay tuned. X Steel Targets.
X Steel Targets.
That is something definitely that your local gun store range needs to be carrying, our X Steel Targets, AR 500 Steel Targets. They've got some great targets over there at X Steel Targets. They've got the Texas Stars. They've got the dueling trees. They've got harvest targets made from the AR 500 steel. And then they've got precision long distance targets. Whatever you need, they've got them there at xsteeltargets.com. And if you have something special in mind that maybe you don't see there, get in touch with Bud, and you know he can make it for you. xsteeltargets.com. 1776 United is the official swag provider for the Leadhead Brigade, and you guys can go get your Leadhead Brigade t-shirts there. They are in stock, and we have the classic Talking Lead t-shirts as well. You can go there and get those. And soon they're going to be carrying the Talking Lead tumblers. Right now you go to dip123.com/Talking Lead, and you can get your Talking Leadies, we've got all kinds of name suggestions. The Talking Lead Cauldron, the Lead Tumbler, the 0 Degrees Fucks Given Tumbler. We've got several suggestions from Lake Tuna. I'll just read a couple of these. Red Lead Cup, Lead and Stein. That's lead and then in parentheses Stein. Stashing lead, lead holder, H2 lead. So those are some good suggestions. We have the Assault Mug. Mike Sodini suggested that one. So if you guys have suggestions for those, send them in. We're going to narrow it down to like the top maybe 5, and then let you guys vote on them. And then we'll have the official name. Winner will get some cool swag, definitely. We go to 1776united.com right now, and you can get our t-shirts, our patches. We have the Leadhead Brigade patches as well. So you guys go to 1776 United and get your official Talking Lead swag there. And then, of course, our good buddies over at Dipstick Hydrographics. That's where you're going to go and get those tumblers right now. And there's still that special price, $25. You can get a 20 or 30 ounce for $25, and we're not going to run that for much longer. Once we get it switched over to 1776, they're probably going to go up to about $40 for these things, because they are better than a Yeti. No doubt. Yetis are for snowflakes, so get your Talking Lead tumblers. And then these guys aren't sponsors, but they have definitely hooked us up with some product in the past, and some great product. This actually saved my eyes this past week. I was out at the range shooting, and there was some stray brass that came back, and as you guys know, I just had eye surgery because I can see clearly now. My cataract is gone, and I do everything I can to protect that eye because I was taking my vision for granted. I didn't know how blind I was until I had that surgery, and everything is great now. But I was out, and I had my Tactical RX Eye Pro on, and there was a stray casing that came back. Actually, there's 2 or 3 came back, and one of them actually chipped. It came back so hard it chipped the lens. So it did what it was designed to do. It protected my eyes, and I called Brett over at Tactical RX and said, "Hey man, I need a replacement lens. Do you guys supply those?" And of course they do. So I've got my replacement lens coming from my Tactical RX Eye Pro. You guys go to tacticalrx.com, and or you can call them at 888-807-5165. Tell them you're a Leadhead, and I'm sure Brett will hook you guys up with a discount as well. They not only do Eye Pro, but they do prescription Eye Pro as well. So for you guys that wear the Eye Pro over your glasses, or if you've got contacts and you don't want to wear your contacts one day, they can do prescription Eye Pro. So that's really nice. Check them out, tacticalrx.com. So another thing you Leadheads may be interested in this weekend, this Saturday, that'll be May the 19th. Head Down. Guys, we've had Head Down on in the past. Head Down is reinventing themselves. They've got new ownership, and they're having a grand opening May 19th, that's this Saturday, and they're going to have coffee, special discounts, and a chance to win a free RX-1 custom Glock. So that's their version of the Glock. They go and they do some slide cuts and some different gripping and things like that on their Glock. It's pretty cool looking. But they're going to be giving one of those RX-1s away. You're going to get 20% off all their T-shirts. The first 50 people will receive free head-down license plates. So you guys can go to the new head-down firearms facility. It's at 333 Butler Industrial Drive in Dallas, Georgia. That's 30132. And you can call them 770-485-7015. I was supposed to have gone to that, but this weekend is my grandmother's 100th birthday celebration, so I cannot miss that. Sorry I couldn't make it down to head down, but I'm going to get with those guys and schedule a time to come down there another time. We'll let them host the lead quarter, so you lead heads that are down in that area can come by, say hey, and we'll probably have some cool giveaways during that as well. But this Saturday, make sure you guys go down, May 19th. It's noon to 7 p.m., for their grand opening of the new head-down firearms. Tell them Lefty sent you. So if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions for me, you can always send me an email, talkingled@gmail.com. You can hit me up on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram. Facebook is usually the best way to message me, and that's Talking Lead. That's our Facebook page. Instagram's Talking Lead, @TalkingLead. Would love to hear from you guys. If you've got suggestions on guests for the show, if you know somebody that'd be a good guest, shoot me an email. If there's a certain topic that you want us to talk about, whether it's training, firearms, person, whatever it may be. Love hearing from you guys. So don't hesitate to get in touch with me. And like I said, be engaging with us on our social media, our Facebook, our Instagram. Just shoot, even shooting me emails. I mean, a lot of people aren't on social media. Just shoot me an email if you've got comments, suggestions, or you just want to say, hey, that's cool too. I don't mind that. And then we randomly go through, and people who are engaging with us, a lot of times, end up with something cool from the Talking Lead Swag Vault. So that is it for our pre-show. We're going to roll this awesome interview that we did with Tonto. You guys enjoy. And as the gunny says,
Addy! Hit it, sweetheart.
Sir, aye, aye, sir.
I've heard them all. I've heard everything.
I don't need your line. Come on, dude. I don't need your line. All right, so the mic is directional.
So tell me when we're good. I mean, I can hear myself.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing real good right there. So you just get comfy.
I'm good, guys.
All right, lead heads. We are back at the 2018 NRA show, the 147th annual, by the way.
Is it that many?
It's that many.
Wow.
I mean, that's what their banners say. So
I have attention to detail. Yeah, situational awareness.
Right.
I have zero.
We were just talking about situational.
Yeah,
we were, yeah. I mean, how
That's
important is
good.
that? We just had Rob Pincus in here, the king of situational awareness.
Rob's good. And doesn't he look dapper today?
He's
He
always
always
dapper.
looks dapper. He looks like the Monopoly man,
He
but
does.
like a skinny version of the Monopoly.
Right.
That was
If he had the monocle, he'd be,
he would be perfect.
the
right.
peanut guy.
If we're gonna do when his new stuff comes out, we're gonna do a naked, just with some battle belts on, CLP lubed
Oh, that'd be
up.
awesome.
We're gonna do it together.
That would be sick.
I got to shave. I mean, I'm all hair.
I mean,
It's weird.
you're all about the nakedness.
Oh, I do. I take my shirt off all the time.
Hells yeah.
That's why I
'Cause
run
you're
all the time.
svelte.
Well, I
You're
am
svelte.
svelte. It's runners are.
So what are you up to now? How many miles?
Actually,
a day?
I did
a week. How many do you do in a week?
I'm doing. It just depends how much I travel. Where's my handler? It depends how much I get to be home.
He's just thumbs up.
But I did 9 when I first got in, and I did 6 yesterday. I'll do
Okay.
some more today. I'll get in. It can be anywhere from 30 to 80, just
To
depending
80,
on
yeah.
how much time
How much time you got?
And that's
And
why
the weather?
And being
just
in
do it in the
Nebraska,
rain?
you gotta learn how to run
gotta
outside
do
the
it.
weather. And I'm getting older, so sometimes the pavement and the pounding, I got to get on the treadmill every once in a while too.
Right.
But it's a way, guys. It's a way, because when this first started and I got home And I've had post-traumatic stress, and it's not a disorder. Whoever labeled this, that politician labeled it as a disorder, needs to be punched in the freaking face.
Right in the throat.
It's not, because it is. It's a badge. All you got. It's a badge of honor, guys. Women, you've been through things that literally I can say they make movies about.
Yeah.
And that's you should be honored. You should feel proud about that, because you've been able to go through a situation that you handled, and now you're home. But what
it's
I'm
your
getting
body's
at,
natural defense. I mean, it remembers
is.
that situation. Yeah.
But what it did, and it did to me too, is that it led to me doing a lot of drinking. And so what running does for me, it gets those endorphins up, but it keeps me off. It keeps me healthy.
Exactly.
But it keeps me going down that slippery slope, which all of us that have done something, whether you've done it overseas or you've been a law enforcement officer, been in a firefight, been through high stress situations, it keeps you off that substance. Which so that's why I run all the time, and luckily I've been blessed with good genes that I can run, and I have a good gait, and so it's not painful to me.
So we haven't even introduced you yet. So I mean,
I'm Kris.
ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we're talking with Kris Tonto Paronto from 13 Hours, Benghazi.
Hours, did a little Army stuff, did a little
some Army stuff, yeah, a little contracting.
Yeah.
Our good buddy CJ. You seen CJ here?
I haven't. Is he here?
Yeah, he's here. He was running around.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
no,
CJ Johnson.
He's a good man. CJ's a good.
He's a good dude. Yeah, he was here earlier. He's supposed to swing by sometime. So
I'll see him.
Just watch out. He may come up and grab you from behind.
I know that crazy dude. You're like, dude, your eyes are always dilated. Can you calm down just a little bit? Just a little bit. And that's not through substances, guys. That's not what I'm getting.
That's just CJ.
That's just CJ is always.
It's not ecstasy.
Well, if it is, I need some of that. No, I don't. Oh my gosh.
No. What are we talking about here? Coffee.
Coffee.
Right?
Oh my gosh, we're going around the way. We're just talking about doing substances, and I'm such a hypocrite.
But you and that's how we met, was through CJ down at Big 3 East.
Yeah, Big 3.
You and Boone came on the podcast. I guess it was last year.
It was last year. It was the very first, one of the very first, I think, or the second Battleline course that we ran.
You're right.
And you're reconnecting, so we got bad service.
We got bad service.
That's all right though. We
so
got Facebook Live though.
Stay tuned. We're like everywhere. It's paused. It'll hook up.
That's right.
Let me know when you get back in frame there.
So tell him whatever phone you have, he needs to get.
Facebook's not either?
Facebook is fine.
Okay. And feel free to be mobile.
I am.
Okay. All right.
But no, that was really kicking off. Well, we can get into Battleline, but
if they have questions, let them know.
Yeah, please ask me.
Yeah.
Ask me.
Ask Kris questions.
The course, it was before we really were getting started, and somehow word of mouth, people found out off a social media course that we were starting a company, and we started getting requests to do training before we were even really ready to do it. We were going to kick it off till SHOT Show, and that was before SHOT Show. That was
in the spring.
That was in. And it was hurricane season. Remember, it was pouring.
Exactly.
It was like October.
Mud. Mud bath out there.
But it just took off, and I've actually had to stop taking courses. We had to stop scheduling courses because we got
so full.
It's too much, and then.
But when you're on a good thing, when that happens, and
you do,
and that's what we're going to talk about today, guys. Was Kris and Boone started their own training company, and it's called
Battleline Tactical, guys, and it means nothing. I couldn't think of a name. All you gun cool guys, gun forums, you stole all the domain names.
You stole all the domains.
I couldn't think of anything, and I was in my car listening to my playlist, Five Finger Death Punch, and there's this group called Frontline, and I was listening to Battleborn, and then Frontline came on, and I was like, I gotta get a name because I've been trying to think of one for 6 months. I'm like, shit, Battleline.
There
that's
you
what
go.
We're doing. Boone hates it. He's like,
Does
that
he
sucks.
really hate it?
I was like, dude, your guys took all the cool names. Firebase is gone, Recon's gone, Veritas is gone. I got nothing.
I guarantee you, the Leadhead Brigade can come up with a good name for you.
And
so
well, damn it,
it'll be your unofficial name. Unofficial. So you Leadhead, send in your recommendations on what Chris's nickname should be for his company.
We may change it, and it's something that
Battleline's good. I like that.
I did too. I think Boone's just Boone.
He's just particular.
He's just
a little particular.
He's that Marine.
Now, does he still have the hair?
Yeah, he's got that Jerry curl. I call him DJ Quick. Whenever we're down
DJ Quick. DJ Quick reference from you is blowing my mind right now.
Guys, you think all of us guys that carry guns, we just listen to country music and hard rock? Oh hell, DJ Quick, MC Breed, MC Breed,
Boogie from Detroit.
Boogie Boys from. Well, I grew up.
DJ Marshmallow. Marshmallow.
I listen to those, but that's and Boone. He knew because Boone knew the reference to. He listens to a little rap music. Now the new rap music sucks.
Yes.
The old school stuff, like from the Boogie Boys and Curtis Blow. And then we got the gangster rap over there in the West Coast with what DJ
Quick.
That's
NWA, Above the Law.
Above the Law, DOC.
Yep, the
right.
DOC.
Guys, I listen to all that
That's
stuff.
amazing. I mean,
we're showing our age now.
Well, but
we are well into our over 30s.
But he does look like DJ Quick. He come into like, what's up? That was his when we were overseas.
Right.
That was his nickname to me. What's up, DJ? Because nobody else. Because believe me, the majority of the gun shooters, country. I believe I love my George Strait. I love my Alabama. I love my.
There you go.
I do. I love my
Oak Ridge Boys.
Oak Ridge Boys. Oh, I love my dad.
Yeah.
But believe me, brother, I grew up on that gangster rap too.
I did too.
Like that. That's one of the aspects of
the Fat Boys
of the industry that I wish.
And they love 13 hours.
People could see this.
Yes.
Prince Marky D loves 13 hours.
Really?
Loves it.
That's awesome.
I wish the left could see this because they wouldn't believe believe what you just said in front of me. I'm a huge DJ Quick fan.
I love. He was a man.
But I went to see him in concert like 6 months ago, like in Vegas.
Did you really?
Yes, but
oh my gosh, I would love to go to.
No, but this is what. When you talk about guns, you talk about NRA, and everyone has this preconceived notion of what we are, right?
It's stereotype. We get stereotyped by a group that says we have no stereotypes. They're the ones that are supposed to be. Oh, we see everybody the same. They're the worst stereotype.
This is the most diverse, most welcoming group
insane.
there is. Yeah.
I love
the gun community.
You
got all walks of life here.
You do. Yeah, I love that. I can't believe you.
You can't believe. I can't believe.
And growing up, and I playing college. I played college football, so I paid for school, and we were good. I mean, we were a small college team, but we were very, very good. And,
Where'd you go to college?
I went to a little college called Mason College. They're called Carl Mason University, but we
probably got some subscribers that go there.
And actually, I went to a junior college first because I was one of those guys that.
JUCO,
academics. What's that? I want to play athletics, so I had to go get my grades up, and even
had to boost that math up a little bit.
But even the JUCO, we were a power. It was a football factory for guys that were going to go to Brigham Young, University of Utah, UNLV, Weber State, and so all those we had. I mean, we were better than most of the D1 teams.
Yeah.
And we had Donna Street Crips that came in from Vegas because we were outside Vegas,
St.
George.
Right. Yeah.
So we got all the Donna Street Crips, West Coast Bloods. We had all those. We had the Pyrus. We had the Tongan Crip gangsters that were coming from Salt Lake.
Yeah, I had some
That whole
roughnecks.
team were. But
my
you
gosh.
know what was awesome is that they put all those aside, and that was where I started to see teamwork.
Right.
All the gangsters that
Just
would
put
kill
it
each other
aside.
in the streets. I remember I talked to a guy named Stacy. He was a West Coast Blood. I said, "How are you guys? How are we playing together? You guys are you Chris Bloods, TCGs?" He said, "We don't. We just want to win." He said, "Yeah, on the street, I'm gonna shoot that MF.
When we
but
get done,
here, we want to win." And that's where all
that's
that's where, and then that's where, and I listened to rap music before that, but that's where it even more so because of the different personalities. But man, gangsters, and that was when gangsters were gang. I mean, that was gangsters
hardcore, yeah.
And that was a great. I was such a great experience, and I was good at football. I was a good player, and I was being Mexican. They were like, you're Mexican, right? I was accepted, and I know that maybe that is a sort of it is. It's a little bit minorities, Mexican, being good at football, being Hispanic, being Mexican, which I am. It was I fit in, and
he's not Indian, by the way, guys.
No, dude, a little bit. Grandma's a little Navajo.
Tonto,
a little Navajo, but no, it was an awesome sight to see of guys. They can hate each other to the point that they want to kill each other, but when we're a team,
right? We're
a team. You put those differences aside, and we had one goal, and that was to win, and we were good. I had so much fun, and same with that at Colorado Mesa, because then you got to start getting the country.
When you think back, I mean, those are the best times of your lives when you were involved with the team sports and.
Yeah, you did.
Which I mean, it's the same thing. Military,
same thing.
Concept.
Yep.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I was a little guy. I was a tailback in college. I mean, in high school, and a cornerback, and then in college, I was a wide receiver. I was a little Wes Welker.
Speed.
I was a little Don Beebe.
No substitute for speed.
Nope. I was fast. I was quick. Yeah, I was fat, but
Underlay. Did they ever say that?
Underlay. No, they did.
Speedy Gonzalez. Did you ever get that?
Probably. Come on, we get all the stereotypes. That's just fun. You don't get feelings hurt. Oh yeah, you got.
It's a badge of honor.
like Chucky over there going, hey, look at that little Speedy Gonzalez running. And I'm like, what am I going to get hurt? No, of course not. We're having fun. It was a different time then too.
Exactly. Nobody took that personally.
But it led to the Army. The Army was easy. It's like, I already know how to teamwork, but the physical trials of being a Ranger, it is harder than college athletics.
Oh, no doubt.
It is harder than athletics. Even you pro guys, I'm going to tell you, being a special operations community, it's hard. It is. And I've never been in the pros.
By design, it's supposed to be that way.
But it is. So get off your high horse, guys, because those guys, and a lot of those guys are not athletic. No. So they are willing themselves through these courses just by sheer determination.
Well, it's not just brute force. I mean, you gotta have smarts. You gotta be smart up there too.
Endurance, just an extreme when to push it, when to pull back, because you gotta have endurance. And so I remember when I was going through a lot of that stuff, and even with the units, how amazing the guys that were more athletic but didn't have the strong mindset would fail.
Wash out.
But those guys that you were like, holy crap, you can't even tie your shoe.
Well,
how does that happen? Yeah.
That's my next question, though. So when you're going through the process, right, and you're going up, and everybody's a brother at that point because you have one common goal.
Yeah.
When could you identify the moment? Could you look at someone's eyes and you knew they were broken? You're not going to make it.
You know, it wasn't the eyes. It was what they were starting to say. It was starting to kind of get injured.
Right.
You know, my foot's starting to hurt. Oh man, I don't feel very good. And then you look at them, because that's a precursor. It's like, why? You know, okay. And sometimes they were hurt. But a lot of times it was they're starting to look for an excuse to quit. They're starting to look for a way out. And that way out is trying to, like a little injury, like a little ankle sprain, that a guy really wants to be there will push through. That guy that doesn't will start to say it's bigger than really what it is.
Right.
And then you start to see the mindset, and you can see the eyes, you can see you
just tell when they're getting ready.
Body language.
It's a quitter's body language. It's a quitter's eyes, and it's also. These guys, they feel bad. They feel bad, like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna. And it's a blow. Like, I'm not gonna make it, or I don't want to make it, and the pride is hurt. You can see that pride. Yeah, it is. But the first thing you hear is that injury, like, oh, I'm hurt. And then you look, and you see how bad it. You can tell when somebody's actually hurt, and when somebody's got a little hurt, and they're trying to amplify it. Believe me, because I've gone through that same thing where I've hurt I've got a little injury, and you get to that point where you're okay. God dang, I could probably fake this and get out of this, and it'd be somewhat honorable because I could say I was injured, or nope, I'm going to drive through this pain and push through it, and you can tell, you can tell it's hard to explain, but when you're there and you see it, it's obvious.
Is there ever a moment where you keep going because you've sort of developed a competition with another person?
Well, that's the beautiful thing too about, and I think a lot of guys that are SEALs that go through MARSOC, that go through Ranger School, that go through Ranger Indoc, which is now Ranger Assessment. It's the reason you do it is because you want to see how many people are going to quit, and you're going to see how many people are going to make it. It's a competition right when you get there. Now you're still a team, but when that guy falls out, I'll be honest, it motivates you. Like, oh crap, he couldn't make it. I'm still here.
Right.
And it does. It pushes you. But it's not a contradiction though, because you also are trying to keep guys with you. You're trying to, we got to, come on guys, you can do it. You can do it. We got to keep it going. But I will be honest with you, a little bit inside when you see that guy that finally says, I can't do it anymore, no mas, rings the bell, gets on the truck, whatever you want, the analogy we talk about when you quit, it is a little bit of like, wow, man, he gave up, I'm still here.
Right.
Okay, maybe
especially somebody that you thought would outlast you, right?
Maybe I'm a little tougher than what I thought I was. And it does, it motivates you, but then it also, you can tell it motivates the whole group, not just individually. You'll see everybody go, we're still here.
Yeah.
All right, the circle's now tightening up even more. It's a team building. It's amazing how sucking and embracing the suck together brings that team. Right. We had a Battleline course 3 weeks ago, vehicle defense course in Tacoma, Nebraska, April. And I told Judy, I said, don't schedule, because it could be 80, it could be 20.
Right.
It was 20.
It was 20.
But it was an outdoor course. We had to do it. We had a vehicle defense course for 2 days, and we had a women's only course on a pistol course on Sunday. It was 12 degrees out.
Oh my gosh.
But normal civilians came in, and I saw them suck together, and you see everybody just standing by the fire. I'm watching it, just admiring it from the fire, watching them all talk.
Right.
Never met each other before, and now they are the closest friends, talking about the most deepest things, and I'm going, embracing the suck, really, it doesn't matter who you are, it brings people
But that's
together.
the thing, too. I mean, you get a group of complete strangers, and they take a course together.
And they're out there
and
miserable.
the bonds you never think would happen.
And it just happens.
And after the course, they're like family.
It's amazing how weather does it, too. It was 12 degrees out. 12. Guys, so Battleline courses, you want to go inside, train, going inside, you go do that. You may come out to Nebraska, it's going to be 12 degrees. We're going outside. And I'm out there with you, sucking with you.
So let's talk about Battleline. So you guys started this, about a year and a half ago?
It's actually, officially it's been a year, but yeah, a year and a half, because it was unofficially started at
Big Three?
At Big Three and at 88 Tactical in Tacoma, Nebraska, because of the people asked for it. It's like, crap, let's get it started.
Right.
But the actual official starting was SHOT Show.
I mean, but what better person to get your training from, than somebody who's been through the shit, He's been there, he's done that.
I appreciate that, but I honestly, you get more from Boone than you do from me. Boone's he's an incredible instructor. But it worked. Boone is tactician. He's numbers. This is it.
Right.
Tonto's like, give me that. Does it work? Okay, let's go shoot.
But you get the best of both worlds.
It is,
with you guys.
And you see the bantering, and we are. Yeah. We what we saw, and Boone and I were instructors way before even Benghazi happened. We used to train people going overseas doing the job that we did. We ran what we call ORE courses for CIA personnel that were going overseas. So we had over 20 plus years of instruction prior to Battleline. So the reason we started it was we started seeing some of these guys getting out there and instructing YouTube and there's good, believe me, there's good. I mean, Rob, come on, Rob.
Yeah, there's great guys.
Right. Rob's out. You got Paul out. He's awesome. But then you got like, oh my gosh, what are they teaching these guys? And then also you kind of see, even with some of the instructors, and you see a lot of them, even the good ones, there's a little bit of intimidation. It is like they're out there, they're showing, they're mean, they're doing they're being.
They're just not so sure about something.
And so the novice shooter, the beginner, they don't want to come out because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be out there, I'm going to look like an idiot. But you're not. I mean, you got to start somewhere. Right. And Boone and I are we have fun. That's the first thing we do. The first thing that we say when you come in, doesn't matter if it's a basic course, which
not judgmental.
As we say,
you understand. People are there to learn something.
Exactly. How many people?
We don't know everything.
How many students at a time will you basically have in that
course?
We
our courses get quite large. Most of them sell out, and we try to cap it at 30. Which for a shooting course is a lot.
Yeah. So going back to the being intimidated, because I grew up in New Jersey. I didn't grow up around.
You're not
just
allowed
didn't
to
have the access to that. So like I took the first course I ever took was Rob's course. Right?
Okay. Rob's good. Rob's
great. You guys have questions for Kris, Tonto, Paronto, send them in.
And I found myself because I was on the spotlight, there's like 10 other guys just standing there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these guys, and they look like they know what they're doing. I think
you're already in your mindset. You're already starting to psych yourself out. You're already starting to mind. Can we swear on the show?
Yes, absolutely.
You're mind fucking yourself right there, and that's you're doing it. You're mind fucking.
Right.
But that's the insane thing about it is the fear of going through the.
Well, see, and that's when you come. The first thing you see when people come in is. They see Tonto as I'm a jokester, and I know they're nervous because I know how I was when I first started, and I don't want you to feel like that because it's that block that you have to get over to start learning and eliminate that. So I come in and I start joking right off the bat. I come in short.
Just loosen it up.
Hey guys, relax. And then Boone's professional.
Do you do the flashlight thing?
I do the flash. Sometimes I do.
Do you really?
Okay, guys, I got to church this up a little bit. Let's get it going. But we come in and they can see that right off the bat. Because again, the first thing that we say is, guys, you're here to learn, but we don't know everything. And you know what? You may teach us something. Right. So come in, learn.
Absolutely.
Learn. Yeah. You maybe do something that's different than us. And then me and Boone, him and I do things different.
Yeah. You're always learning.
Exactly. I said, Boone and I, we don't even do the same sort of stuff, guys. So don't think that we're going to say, this is the only way to do it. Because if you have an instructor that does that, get out of that class because you're not learning anything. We're
going to take a couple of questions here from Facebook
Tia.
Live.
Hi.
So, Tia, who is it?
It's Jennifer Lee Bell.
Hi, Jennifer.
She wants to know when you're coming to Boston.
When you coming to Boston, you going to do the marathon?
I do. I love that. I need to do Glenn's marathon out there too. I just haven't had the time to get out there. Boston. You know what? If Boston was so, because Boston is so right leaning, they just want guys like me.
They want
all
him
the
there.
Time. It's tough. The closest we can get to train. We have one in Delaware, training in Delaware.
Okay.
But Boston, it's tough for a guy like me to find. But if we can find a range to train at, we have to have a host range bring us in. I'm speaking in Rhode Island here, but I think it's a private event. So I've been in Boston. Last time I was there speaking was last year, so we are trying to get to Boston.
Jennifer, get a big enough group together.
And,
get about 30, 40 people together, and he may, you may get him to come to Boston.
Yeah, if you can get us arranged, just get us arranged that will host us, then we'll come in. That's the biggest
Or
thing.
they can come too.
Or you can go to the Kris Tonto Paronto website, see where we have ranges at. Delaware's the closest one. It's open. Come to the Delaware one. We'll be there. But
there you go.
Yeah, but Boston,
worth the trip.
It is. It's tough. Gun-friendly states, we're in more. We're in Texas more. We're in Nebraska more. We're in Florida more.
Yep. We got to get you in Tennessee.
We do got to get me in Tennessee.
Yep.
But
we're going to make that happen.
Delaware's the closest, but if we can find a range in Boston, we'll do it. Okay, definitely. Thank you for the question. Appreciate it.
Next question.
Derek is wanting to know if Tonto and Lefty are available to attend or participate in a fundraising event for a special operations organization in Rock Castle Shooting Center in Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Rock Castle is awesome. Have you ever been to Rock Castle?
Rock Castle.
All right, so I will acclimate Kris to Rock Castle, and we'll talk about it. Send me an email, talkinglate@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. Yeah. Definitely.
What he said, and luck Kentucky. What the first NRA convention I was ever at was
in Kentucky.
It was Louisville.
That
was
that was like
crazy.
What 2
years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
But yeah, what he said. So I'd love to. And it sounds like you already got the range. Sounds like you already got the.
Oh, the place is phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
you'll love it.
So if I'm available and I can get there,
they have caves you can go in and shoot.
Are you kidding
They have
me?
caves. Yeah, it's great.
Let's see if we
Rock
can do
Castle's
that.
awesome.
That being said, if I only have a couple days off in between, I gotta go home to see my kids. So I gotta get some daddy time since I'm never home. But if we can work it, work it out. Get it with Lefty, we'll work it out.
We'll see what we can do.
Definitely.
Anybody else right now?
Joe Garcia is asking.
Joe.
You know Joe?
Senior team leader Garcia?
Oh, Joe.
No, this was a girl.
Oh, is that not? Okay. I thought it was senior team leader.
No.
You are. Just keep going.
Keep going.
How close was the movie to what actually happened in Benghazi?
Actually, they did a very good job. We made sure the characters are spot on. The people that played us, because we actually had input. We had a lot of input with the movie itself. We even got to pick who the director was, which I'm glad we got Michael to do. I was a little skeptical at first, but he did an outstanding job. The timeline's spot on. The annex even looks exactly like the setup. The CIA Annex, it's identical to what we had. Now, you do take there are some liberties as far as, because the timeline, the length of the movie is 2 hours. We got to fit 13 hours in, so you miss a lot of the stuff that you will find that you read in the book. Books are always better anyway. They are.
Right, yeah.
The firefights. You don't see vapor trails on RPGs. You don't see rocket grenades. You don't see vapor trails on 40mm grenade launchers. But there's a reason they do that in the movie, because in real life you don't see them. Yeah. So if we showed you what they actually saw in the movie, you'd see that night in combat, or you'd see that for real, you wouldn't see anything. You just see boom, 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 boom. You don't know what's going on. So you got to show that in the movie for effect, because if you showed it like it really was in combat, you guys would not have a clue what was going on.
You wouldn't want to watch the movie.
Yeah, you'd be like.
But you want to read the book, and how can they get your book?
13 hours. It's on my website, of course. Kris Tonto Paronto. I'll sign it for you. But it's still out there on Amazon. It's still out there at Barnes & Noble. It's still doing extremely well, even after all these years.
No doubt.
So, but yeah, I would give it out of everything, I would give it a 7 out of 10. The script was fantastic too, and we got to pitch it out.
He's being modest, guys. It's a freaking 10. It's a 10. I've watched that movie like at least 30 times. I love it.
Thanks, brother.
Love the movie.
Mike here, Pablo.
But the book is better.
Book is better. Yeah. Pablo did an outstanding job playing me. He's spot on. And
what's the guy's name?
Pablo Schreiber.
Pablo Schreiber.
He was in Den of Thieves just recently.
Yes.
Great guy. And of course he's in the stars that stars American Gods. He's the
okay.
Yeah,
he's in that too.
He's the leprechaun, big guy. You know, he did a fantastic job.
He was hilarious. Yeah,
and that's me. The jokes are spot on. That's what I liked about our movies. That's for real. When they're jokes and all that jackassery, that's what goes on. the bravado,
bravado,
that, of course, that's there, but there's so much joking that goes on that people don't see that. We wanted that in there. We wanted to make sure, because that's what it's really like. That is what happens, because you got to find a way to get through it, and by laughing you can get through it. So yes, I'd say it was pretty dang close. And the nighttime firefights are spot on under night vision. Awesome fighting in night vision. Beautiful. Looks awesome.
Great question, Joe. Not senior team leader Joe.
Senior team leader Joe.
But Joe.
Maybe.
Any more?
No more questions, comments.
Okay.
Don took your class last weekend in Ohio.
D-A-W Dawn,
Yes,
not
D-A-W-N.
D-O-N.
Not D-O-N.
No,
Hi, Dawn.
D-A-W-N.
She's awesome. She was hammering targets. Fantastic job. She pushed through an ankle injury, too.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, they did.
Very cool.
I have a question.
Okay. So Mike Sodini
I'm
has
just
a
waving.
question.
I'm
We're
just
waving at everybody. Hey, everybody.
I know, it's on and off. It's
This
on and off,
goes on
guys.
and
It's
off.
on and
So
off.
yeah,
Sorry.
we're on and off. We're
okay.
on Facebook too, so go to Facebook.
So watching you just walk through this booth
Yeah.
or come into this booth, you were stopped like 100 times. What was
At
it?
least.
What's it like going from super badass soldier
I ain't
that nobody knows, but then to all of a sudden super badass soldier celebrity?
And I don't think I'm either, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But I
Okay.
get what your question is. It was an adjustment. But as a ranger you have to.
As a warrior.
That's one thing they teach you is you adjust to what situation's put in front of you. It wasn't comfortable. Granted, my dad's my hero. My dad was a football coach. He coached for a division championship at Brigham Young. I was around guys like Steve Young and Jim McMahon, and around guys like Coach Lavelle Edwards, where they don't make coaches
wow.
like that anymore.
No, they don't.
And I saw how they adjusted. I saw how they acted around people. I saw how they held themselves. So I already had a base to, okay, I'm going to have to switch this life off now. I'm just going to have to be this and act this way. And so I know how to do it because my dad was completely a professional. He knew how to talk to
Had a
people.
good role
And
model.
I grew up around that. It wasn't something I wanted to do, but I knew, and we knew going in that, because we were told by the CIA if we did this, we were going to be fired, which we were, guys, we were fired. We were fired out there. And they pulled all of our security clearances. So as a contractor, that's basically death. You can't work anymore overseas at all. So I knew that was going to happen, and I just knew. And with the personalities that we have, I love my team.
Yeah.
I am the most outgoing. It's just how it was downrange too, and I just knew it was. So you have to figure out. Okay, now I've got to adjust to it, and then all right, this is going to happen. Let's just roll with it. I'm not going to have a private life anymore. It's not going to be secret, but because of my dad and seeing how he handled it, and then also just being a ranger, and you learn as the situation changes, you got to change with it. You just, okay, this is what I got to do. So, all right,
just roll with it.
Take a breath. Let's go. And the thing also too is about my dad. Growing up around those great college football players and guys like the Buzzers who wanted to win and be successful. And then being a ranger, and you want to be successful there, it was, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm not going to half-ass it either. I'm going to be the best I can at it, whether I'm miserable or not. I am going to be the best I can be at it. And being the best you can be at it is not being an arrogant son of a bitch. It's being, hey, these are
just
people
knowing
that
your
support,
stuff.
and these are awesome. So I'm going to be, of course. I don't know you guys. You guys don't owe me anything. I owe you everything because you guys are the ones out there supporting us. And honestly, you're the ones that are protecting us from Big Brother up there, and especially at that time, which was the other administration.
Yeah.
So I was humbled, and it was very humbling because you just don't realize the support that you really have out there when you're especially under the radar.
Right.
And then it's like, oh my gosh, I don't deserve this. You got and it's humbling, but it's a good humble.
Sure.
And now I'm just adjusting to it, and having some charisma. I have a little bit of charisma, tad.
A little bit. I think so.
Pizzazz.
You're gonna get this
Pizzazz.
media thing down for sure.
We did get your shirt that says pizzazz.
Pizzazz, that'd be good. And being your first break-in was Bill O'Reilly's show, which he's a complete ass.
Oh, wow.
He's odd, but he's an ass.
He's an ass, yeah.
A little bit of a blowhard.
But a little bit.
But he's like the ass you'd expect him to be, right?
That was his first media. The first media stint that I ever did, and that was kind of a rude awakening to what media is. But that was a good one because really from there, it's kind of all down. I mean, it's kind of all it's all good from there because you're
right.
Like,
You got the worst one out of the way. Yeah.
All right. So no, it's challenging every day though. It's not something I ever wanted to do. I don't know if I don't always enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's something that's a necessity, and I love the people. I love the support, and I love
the support. Yeah.
You see this country, and I get to see this country changing. People think it's bad out there. Don't watch the news, guys. Don't just. If you're going to watch it, take it with a grain of salt. I speak everywhere around the country. We are not as divided as people think.
Exactly.
There's groups that are divided, but they're little people. But
there's a minority.
It's so sensationalized.
Yeah.
People love each other. I get support from Democrats just as much as I get support from
That's awesome.
Republicans. Now, granted, more Republicans than Democrats, but it's not that bad as people think. People still love this country, and it's still the greatest country in the world. And I get to see it, and that's another positive. I get to see a lot of this nation.
And you see it here. I mean, in more places than other, because you got the like-minded individuals here together.
Yep.
And like we were talking earlier, I mean, this is the most diverse group that there is. The firearms industry, the 2A proponents, the Second Amendment. It's the most diverse, welcoming group there is in our nation.
And that's why
everybody enjoys. Yeah, and everybody mingles, and you
got guys that listen to Alabama and guys that listen to DJ Quick.
DJ Quick.
There you go.
Yeah. But you're exactly right.
I think that still is the most.
But that's
amazing
not
thing.
that's not how they portray us in the media. It's the complete opposite.
Oh, believe me, I've been called. Let's see, I've been. This was the best one. Anti-gun, anti-deportation supporter, liberal. Twitter to me when all that gun stuff in Parkland, I was still very supportive of the Second Amendment. This is a social issue. And I got into a little bit. Well, this person, this anti-gun, anti-deportation said, "You're Mexican. Well, why don't the best thing for you is to get shot or deport you?" I was like, "Wait a second, you just destroy." You're
right.
So I'm a Mexican. So you want to kill me, even though you don't like guns, with a gun? I want it's a bullet to the head,
exactly,
and then deport me too because I'm Mexican and you're against deport. What? Come on, guys. So it's when you get out there and you see that. Now that is I don't get that a whole bunch. But when you come here and you see,
you always get those trolls. There's trolls out there.
Don't stereotype us like that.
Yeah. Is it gone? Are we not live still?
No, we're live. We're good.
Okay, I don't know if that's still working or not.
I just keep looking at myself.
We're on Facebook too. So
that's the pro right here.
So the website again for Battleline.
Go to KrisTantoParonto.com, and then there's a link on there for Battleline.
Okay.
And then and you'll see our schedule. You'll see if we have any open slots in any of the cities that we're going to be in.
How far ahead do you guys?
We're up for the year. So we've got it scheduled for the year, and like I said, we could add more cities. I cut it off. I'm getting more. I also speak too.
Sure.
And so I'm on the road continuously. So but we usually have about 2 a month. We've had on average 2 a month, and we have sponsors. Vertex Clothing, which is Vertex Tactical Gear. They sponsor
awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff. And they best short. These shorts.
Is that what you want? Stand up. Show everybody.
Look at. Even make my
pimp them out.
Even make my booty pop a little bit.
There you go. Twerk.
Make that flat ass pop, right? The Tonto twerk, baby.
Jen, hand me some ones.
Start flipping. And then of course Maxim Defense is one of our sponsors.
Right.
We have Fort Scott
Great
Munitions
company.
The bullet sponsors. I love it because
talk about pimp them out, man. That's what we do on the show.
Fort Scott Munitions is our bullet sponsors. That's like and that's good ammo. You know how expensive it gets just for bullets, but we have to do a couple courses a month. Now we do it not because we have to, but we enjoy it. But this is fill our sponsorship agreements. So we have 2 a month until November, December. Then we've got to fill. But we've made our quota of which we were supposed to have 12 a year. We try to get to 24, but 12 is what we need.
Right.
So
now, are you guys using the Maxim rifles in your courses?
Yeah, we do. And
those are awesome rifles,
they're fantastic. You got
love those.
No, Maxim rifles and.
Has he released the one we can't talk about yet?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
We're still.
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
We can't talk about that one yet. Still working on it.
It's going to be badass. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I can't wait here, man. And then Veritas is one. They're not a sponsor, but they help with Maxim, and they're one of Maxim's OEMs to help build. And Veritas is an outstanding group too. We're just if people want to sign up, come on, look on the website.
Go to the website.
And if there's an opening, we'll get you in there.
Maybe slip them extra hundy under the hood. You might get in the class.
I'll twerk for you too.
How about you
the Tonto twerk? Yeah, exactly.
The Tonto twerk.
That's okay.
All right, so I didn't get to ask you these at Big 3.
Yeah.
We have a line of new guy questions.
Okay.
So you kind of evaded those. So we're going to hit you with the new guy questions.
I did. That's because Mike and they monopolized the conversation.
Yes.
That's a whole nother story.
Whole nother story.
Yeah,
but
we'll get into that.
So originally, your first experience with firearms, way back when.
Actually, I grew up with BB guns and pellet guns. So I grew up on my grandpa's farm. He was grandpa. Actually, grandpa was illegal. He came over and he got his work visa.
Oh, really?
And then he got his then he got his citizenship. And my grandpa was a badass farmer. Farmed every day. and it was a great experience.
Where'd you grow up?
We were in Alamosa. He was in Delta, Colorado. He had
Colorado.
Onions and potato farms out in Delta.
Nice.
But I had a pellet gun, and I would go out and I would just, I shoot birds. That's where I started to learn how to shoot. Was the Daisy BB gun, the original.
Nice.
Then I went to the pump, and then you went to the breed, the break.
Graduated up.
Keep going up, and that's where I started shooting. I was just going out and shooting sparrows, and shooting jackrabbits, and shooting and
doing a little hunting.
Yeah, and that was it. And that's where I started to shoot. And that's where I started to enjoy. I enjoyed guns.
Right.
Nobody pushed me to it. My dad wasn't a hunter or anything. I mean, he was. And then in Alamosa, I'd go home and I'd go shoot jackrabbits, and then I always knew on the Rio Grande River there that the carp would come up in the fall, and they'd be on the water top, and I would go down to the river. I'd take my golden lab and I'd go and I'd shoot the carp, and that was a
dinner on the table right there, baby.
It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then as far as going, then I went to a 22, and that was just.
What was your first 22? You remember it?
Actually, I still have it. It's a little.
I was going to ask, do you still have it?
It's my grandpa's gun. It's just a little. I forget that. Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I still have it though. It's a little 22. It's all wood. Mm-hmm. It's got a little. Is it
like a semi or is it like a bolt?
No, it's a little semi. It's
a little semi.
And then I got a Springfield. It's a 30-06.
Nice.
I got that, and it's an old Springfield, and that's a bolt. That's
the bolt. You still have that one too?
Yes, I still have that one too.
That's awesome.
And then actually, I didn't start shooting bigger guns until I got the Army. So it was just mainly 22s. I never had shot a pistol. I had a 40 that was the DJ Quick days. That was the gangster days. We started getting when I got older, like, oh my God, they're all carrying. I got to get me.
Carry that in your back.
Right.
And
Stuff that in your back.
Gen 1 Glock 22 40. I still got that too.
Oh wow, Gen 1s are rare, man.
I still got that thing.
That is awesome.
And but I never shot. I never shot it.
Glock would probably give you a mint for that thing. They'd probably trade you for a brand new one.
I pimp out Glock all the time. You know,
I do too.
I'm gonna start going to SIG.
What's up
Glock.
with that?
No. I have like 5 brands that you could do.
Come on,
okay.
Corey.
We are.
Versa, Graham Howard.
We are in Versa.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're going.
Eagle
right
Imports.
He said Rob right there.
Check it out.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
America.
Oh.
You like that?
Yes. Is that?
That's the PD.
It's a PD-10.
Avidity Arms. Check it out. So
beautiful.
For you guys listening on the podcast,
Where'd Rob go?
Pincus came over, handed him the PD-10, and Kris was amazed at it.
And actually, Boone and I have our own slides now, our own cuts that say Battleline on them.
Oh, nice.
We got them in. So if we get slides in, this is
I gotta check that out. Well, I'll get you one of these, and maybe I'll check out one of your slides.
Definitely, man.
There you go.
But it's and then I got in the Army and I started, first one's M16s, A2s, and then
got the heavy hardware.
Then I got to when you get to Ranger Battalion, then you just start shooting everything. Yep. And I started as just like from the ground up, ammo bearer, carrying all the rounds, to an assistant gunner, to being a 240 gunner, to being a saw gunner, which is now Mark 46, to being a rifleman, which is that we finally got transitioned to.
Got a little trigger time on everything.
But really, the pistol, I didn't get really efficient with the pistol until I became a contractor. Rangers, we don't shoot pistols ever.
Right.
We carry them, but
in case of emergency, break the glass.
If shit has gone that bad, you might as well just throw your pistol, because that means the whole battalion, the whole company's gone. And if the whole company of Rangers is gone,
some shit happened.
That's bad juice.
That's some bad shit. Yeah.
But I learned it as Blackwaters, where I actually started shooting pistols, and that was from Special Forces guys.
What did y'all use at Blackwater?
Glocks.
It was
Glock. The Glock is everywhere. I mean, what you can't. And
were you doing the 9s?
Yeah, it was 9. The Glock 19s and 17s.
Yep.
And they're good. They're good.
They are. They're tanks.
But it's just, maybe start going different things. But I learned actually a lot of the team guys and a lot of the long tabbers that used pistols more than I did started teaching me, and that was a humbling experience. You come in as a Ranger, and there's that. You don't know.
I know everything.
They do know. I know more machine guns. They know more pistols. Can you teach me? And I learned from the team. A lot of the team guys taught me pistol shooting, and as long as you got a good background in fundamentals of marksmanship, you can get down the pistol, and that's where I started to get good at the pistol. And that was luckily at Blackwater, as being an instructor there too. Whenever we didn't have a course, I basically lived at the compound at Blackwater. When I was home. I never went home. I could walk out and shoot as much as I want. So I'm every day I'm out there shooting. I don't even know, hundreds and hundreds of rounds every day, and so
thousands a week. Yeah,
and it doesn't cost me anything. So that's where I got good on the pistol. Was at Blackwater in 2003, and I just got better at it.
Awesome.
But,
so that kind of went into our second question. It's like the law enforcement, military background. We all know your background there. We'll skip to the next one. Is when it comes to pop culture.
Pop culture.
What's your go-to whether it's a movie, music, TV show.
You know what? Okay, TV shows, American Pickers. Love American Pickers.
You love them?
And Storage Wars.
Out of Nashville.
Love Storage Wars too. Movies. This is a people don't know this about me. My favorite. Now I like the war movies. I like the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah,
I
you
saw
see Infinity?
Infinity, and people.
Dude, we could do a whole show on that.
I had all the people that have never read the comic book but are Marvel. They didn't know people died. Oh, you should have heard the theater when like, oh no, not. And I'm sitting there, guys. They all.
Her
died
daughter
right
went
now.
with me and she cried.
Yeah, you guys, they die. That if you read the comic book,
Spider-Man dying was dramatic.
Yeah, it was.
He had the most dramatic death.
He did a good because he's a kid.
He's a kid. Yeah.
But guys, there'll be another one. That's just the first phase, and
right.
that
They're going to come back.
And I'm gonna spoiler that little thing that Samuel Jackson, that little emblem.
Yes,
that's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Spoiler alert.
But it's going to be a chick. It's going to be a chick.
No, Captain Marvel is it? The new one.
They had
the old ones was the guy.
They had men. They had women.
The last, but my thing for movies is I like musicals.
Really?
They don't realize the producers.
Did you see the Greatest Showman?
That was awesome.
With
Hugh Jackman.
With Wolverine.
That's
Hugh Jackman.
That's Hugh Jackman.
How about Jersey Boys? You like Jersey Boys?
Jersey Boys is good. Oh no!
Great.
Seeing shows, I like musicals. You like producers is about producers is really it has a lot of gay overtones. It is. It has but it makes that's the thing people don't get. You talk about stereotypes.
Right.
I love the producers. And Will Ferrell is the funniest Nazi in that movie.
Crazy.
I mean, that is so politically incorrect movie. You got Nazis. You got gay people in it. You got and they really over accentuate it.
Right.
But it's well done. And people like
love
musicals. I love The Greatest Showman. I watched that with my daughter. Like this.
See, I hate musicals,
awesome.
and I didn't know that was a musical.
Oh,
so T and I started watching it, and like pretty soon into it, they start kicking into. I was like, holy shit, is this going to be a musical?
It's a musical through the whole thing.
But I watched the whole. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
But
I was like, I guess I like
awesome.
musicals now.
I do love music, and that's people don't realize that about me either. So that is awesome. As far as we go to, of course, Marvel movies,
dude.
But
we got to talk about Marvel
Showman.
off air because we could do a whole thing on. Because I grew up with the comic books.
I wish I would have kept those dang things. Holy crap!
Still got them.
You still got
I had two older brothers.
Oh my god!
So I got their hand-me-downs.
Oh,
so
you're lucky. SOB.
They were the huge collectors. So
those things are worth some money. I had the old Batman, the first Batmans I had, and my grandpa gave them to me, and I lost them.
Do you listen to podcasts at all?
I do. Yeah.
Do you listen to Kevin Smith?
Oh, the from
Fat Man on Batman.
Heck yeah, dude, come on, that's the original.
Love Kevin Smith.
Thanks, brother. When who was it? Him and Silent Bob, when he was Silent Bob.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob.
Mallrats and Clerks,
right?
man.
That's where my company is. Like in Red Bank.
Is it really?
That whole area.
Oh, that's cool.
We're from the shore. Jen's from the shore. I'm from the shore.
The greatest movies ever. Clerks and Mallrats.
That's like on my bucket list.
Clerks is one of the
go.
most insane. It's the best.
It is. It's so. I watched it like this is hilarious. It's so spot on.
It's the best.
It was. But that's one on my bucket list. I want to go to their comic book store that they got. You know.
I need to do that.
Secret Stash.
Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Yeah. Are we doing okay on time?
She's fine. We'll be fine.
Okay. All right. I don't want to mess up your handler.
Interview. I'm good.
I want you to come back.
She goes eat lunch. My lunch is Kit Kats and coffee.
Right. Well,
seriously.
We can go get some. We can have something sent in. So
I don't know. We keep going. I'm enjoying this, dude.
All right. So next question.
Okay.
We're
good.
Love that was great, man. That was great. Pop culture. So bucket list. Next, gotta have, wanna have. It could be a firearm, piece of kit. It could be a vehicle. What's your next? I'm gonna get this next.
I don't. The last thing I want
could be a pair of shorts. I mean,
you know what? Shorts. I love shorts. I'm good on guns. People keep,
bullshit. No, you're not.
Well, people.
God, we set you up with a shameless plug.
You know what? Here we go.
Here
we go.
Standing
right
here,
going. Okay, here we go.
Right.
I need see that pistol Rob had.
Yep. Okay.
There you go. Right there.
Avidity, Bursa, Grand Power, Mac. We got everything.
I need.
You're missing out on a lot.
I need a new concealed carry, everyday carry, concealed pistol. That's what
single
that's
stack,
what
9mm.
It could be. If we can get something that's a double stack, if we can get something like that, or maybe a little bit bigger.
Think of this as your store. Walk around, look at
something
you like.
I go to, and also I love knives, and of course I love Tonto blades. I do. That's actually the Tonto. Tonto originally came from Lone Ranger, and then we changed.
That's
it
my. idol.
Yeah,
hero.
I love Lone Ranger.
Grew up with Lone Ranger.
But knives too. I love.
Are you
knives.
a fixed blade kind of guy, or you like the folders?
I like the folders and I like the assists.
Okay.
It's that Mexican thing. I like the switchblade. It is. My first knife was my grandpa's actual switchblade. It was the old school
switchblade.
Old school switchblade. My mom give your grandpa's switchblade back. I'm like, no, and I had it was the real thing you find at like West Side Story. I was like, this is awesome. I was like 9. I love knives. Love them.
So you got to check out our buddies over at Atlas Defense.
Okay.
I'll introduce you to Joe Mo.
Okay.
But they've got some cool stuff going on over there.
Cool. I love it, man. But
really, in reality,
9mm double stack. You want something in double stack?
Yeah.
Double stack 9mm. That's your next. Okay. So laws be damned.
Yeah.
Money be damned. No object. What would you own?
Oh man, money.
Anything.
I would own land. Really, lands I could
Just
build.
land.
I could build a range on. Build my own private range on.
That's
as far
good.
as material things, I got everything I need. I really do. I don't need. I don't need.
So you want like a
mansions. I don't need
F-15, F-16.
If I knew how to fly it.
C-130 with all the.
If I knew how to fly those things, I would.
But that's what you do.
Okay.
In this world, you do.
Okay. You know what?
You're Tony Stark.
Oh, with all the flying, with all the flying I do through airports, a private plane.
There you go.
G6.
That's the way to travel.
Gulfstream.
Because I'm just so.
I think Bill Cosby might have one for sale coming up.
Dude, I'm not going to white light
you
that
could
thing.
probably get.
Never going to go. Or blue light that thing. I'm not going to go in there and blue light that
all
sucker.
The stuff
No. If you was that was not because of status, it's because I'm sick of going through airports, and I got more miles. I could orbit the sun on every major airline.
So the first time you flew private. Because I'm 42 years old. Like I did it when I was 41. It was the first time, and it was because of the Lipsies from Baton Rouge,
sure.
right? They took me on a private. I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" Like, you just blow right through security. You're like, I could have a brick on me.
When some of the contracts we did, and I can't give the names of the contracts that we're on, but some of the groups, you fly private, and they have the big private planes that they've like the 737s that they've configured to be private. Those are
God,
especially flying international. I mean,
you know you're on a plane.
No,
right?
You're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Every seat's fully reclined. They got at that time they had the little PSPs and stuff in the back. You go in the back, grab it. But then when I started flying just some of these events where I have to get to the events where I can't. I'll rent a plane myself.
Right.
It's expensive, but I have to be there, and that's nice because you go to the private airport, and you don't have to check. It's like you don't have to go through TSA. And you ride, and a lot of times I'm by myself, so I can relax a little bit, and it's so worth it. And if you're traveling a lot,
but you're gonna go with the Gulfstream, right?
It'd be the Gulfstream. It'd be the Gulfstream. It would be Tony Stark, and if that would be my Marvel universe, my alter ego, who I want to be,
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
Nice.
Iron Man. Iron Man's my.
I'm a Steve Rogers kind of guy myself.
You're Captain America. But the smart assness, where all that's me. That's Tony Stark.
I would add a certain flair to Captain America, but
you would add that flair.
I would add a little flair. Yeah. Raphael. All right, so if you could be the president for one day, what would be your first presidential act?
Make term limits for all congressmen.
Oh my God!
That is a running theme.
This is
a
running theme.
Yeah,
no, definitely.
That's huge.
2 years. 2 years. Maybe you get 4. If you can't do what you need to do in 4 years, and you haven't set the path
then
for
get
the
out.
people come, then you're gone.
Right.
Term limits. You gotta get them people that sit there and
that's great.
Gotta
So,
get them out.
we're seeing a theme here.
That's what's destroying our country. It ain't. Trump
The
is
career
Trump's
politician.
I think Trump's doing extremely well.
Yeah.
The career politicians are killing us and that's not even being a politician. That's not a job. That's not a job.
It was never designed to be
You're
that.
a community organizer, Obama. You are, and that's what you do. And that does not equate to running the country. That does not. No, you get out. Go find a real job. Go get some real work. See how it is done. Don't sit there and collect money and especially if you're how the hell do you own? Especially if you're a socialist. How do you own 3 houses? 3 big ass houses on the
that
East
we
Coast.
know of.
That we know. How do
how the hell do you come? How the hell do you come from Chicago and don't clean up
exactly in
your own town?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's to me, like, this is just a crazy off opinion, but like the president is someone that makes you feel good about something,
and it brings to improve the country. It does.
It's like a feeling. So like I get it. Like Obama was a charming person to the average.
Obama was a fad at that time that everybody bought into.
Right.
I want to be a part of this movement.
But that's why I kind of respect Kanye speaking up, because I think,
you know what. So he's saying what he needs to say, and people that don't like it, and I think he's been around enough. He's strong enough to say, you know what, he's strong enough to be like Tonto and be like, F you, dude.
No,
this is what I'm going to say,
right.
And he's right.
You're not going to control what I say.
I respect that,
which is exactly what he said
exactly.
to those guys. He's like, who are you to tell me how I need to think?
Right.
And I'm not defending because he's defending, and he's
No. You're right.
With every American,
he's still batshit crazy, but like, but the message, what he's really trying to say, if you
and Kanye
intelligently listen to,
we could be.
You're tight.
No, but if you listen to what he's trying, he may not be delivering it the best way, right? He says dumb shit, but
he's delivering it. And what I like is he's delivering it just like I'm not comparing myself to Kanye, but he's delivering it like I would. He's saying what's on his mind. He's not giving a script. He's not saying, "Hey, read this so it sounds so you sound perfect." I hate politicians.
Right.
Read this so because you can read between the lines. He's saying what's on his mind, and if it offends you, who gives a shit? This is what I mean. This is what, and he's
Get
not,
over it.
And he's not wrong.
You're going to be offended for a minute.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I don't always agree with everything he says, but in this point, he's not wrong. Candace Owens is not wrong, and she even says it. Now she says a little bit more eloquent, but she even says it with a little
spunk.
Fire.
Right, but how like it's crazy how we've gotten so far away from being able to talk like that. Like if I disagree with what he says, and you agree with what he says, how come we just can't say like, no, I totally disagree, and move on to the next subject? Or
but we can because
so
we're of that
passionate,
mentality,
right? Like this world.
People don't. It's a level. To me, it's a. When we grew up, it was. We were given confidence to be wrong. We were given confidence that if I'm wrong, it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It doesn't mean that I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Now, our society, especially with the millennials, is so weak that you can't be wrong anymore.
Well, with the social media thing too, because you're getting that instant thing, and then you get that mob mentality. It kicks in, and people just start piling on people.
That's why
all you gotta do is turn your phone off.
I post it. I don't read people's comments.
Turn your phone
off.
If you don't like my show, turn your phone off.
That's thing is that
if you like it, tell a friend.
We grew up with confidence. We grew up with our family saying, you know what, you're not always right.
Right.
You're not going to be right. You're going to fail sometimes too, but it's okay because you can get better from it. Now people can't be wrong because if they're wrong, they're so weak inside that you can't be wrong anymore. Well, if you tell me I'm wrong, all right, let's talk. All right. First of all, I'm going to be like, okay, all right, mother, what are you talking about? Oh, you know what? You're right. I am. I'm jacked up. I messed and move on from it. Now I'm gonna learn from it.
But if you're gonna disagree with somebody, be articulate enough and be knowledgeable enough to know why you disagree with them. Don't just disagree because your mama said.
But you're gonna get that wall comes up. It's gonna come up. That's natural. That's human nature. What? I'm wrong. You know what? I am wrong.
Yeah.
People can't do that anymore.
I'm the worst.
From politicians.
Ask her. I'm the worst to ever admit that I'm wrong. But if you prove me wrong, I'll admit it.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
I'll back down.
Nobody wants to be wrong. But that's the problem we have. That's the issue with why we can't. Don't
be afraid to admit you're wrong. Yeah.
People can't admit they're wrong.
But Kris is always right. So
do you ever? Well, so if you post something, do you ever just engage? Like, are you like fuck it?
I used to, and it's too kind. It's not even. And I don't get a lot of flack. I'll be honest. I have this group called the Tonto Tribe that on all my social media that defends for me, and I love them. I love them. Yeah. So I don't have to do. But honestly, it's not even that I get pissed off or anything. I used to, now I don't anymore. It's too time consuming.
Yeah.
And if I respond to one person, I found this on Facebook especially. If I responded to one person and I didn't respond to another, they get
butthurt. Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second, guys, I got 275,000 people. I can't respond. And so I just said, guys, I put it out. I did a Facebook Live, guys. I'm not pretentious. I'm not better than you, guys. I just can't respond to everybody because it's first of all, it's too much time, but I don't want to hurt somebody's
feelings.
Have
a good question if you send it in, and maybe he'll respond to it.
And if I see it every once in a while, especially if I'm stuck in an airport for 8 hours, I'll get off.
You'll have time to do that.
So I'm on Twitter. I don't have like an actual profile in there. I use Twitter to look at porn, fighting, and music.
That's good.
Like,
he's what they call a troll.
Yeah, like I can't
troll account.
When I'm at an airport, I can't even open my Twitter because I'll probably get arrested. But no, like
you got to clear your browser, dude. When Lobster Tube's on there, you got to clear it off.
So like the other day, I actually engaged because I follow all the left too because I like to see what they say. I want to know what they're saying. I want to know what David Hogg is saying. I want to see how fucked up that shit is.
It is.
Right? No, but so I engaged one time, right? And the person said NRA TV is a station that breeds racism and hate.
Say while you're talking to a Mexican over here with his grandfather was illegal and he listens to DJ Quick, and,
right? Exactly,
and has gangster football teammates for. Come on, and guys, also Boone is black. If you guys didn't know that, Boone, the guy who was a sniper with me.
See, I thought he was Mexican.
No, Boone's black.
Okay,
even though
I thought he was the Mexican.
I thought he was Polynesian first. He was my
Polynesian.
Samoan. But keep going.
Okay, so
Samoan.
I respond. I go, this makes me really upset because I watch a ton of NRA TV. What shows are you watching? Because I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I believe you. Like, I'm setting this up, right?
No.
And then the person responds, well, I never actually watched the show, da, da, da. So then I'm like, you should probably not speak on this subject, but maybe you should come to the NRA show and walk around. And we got in this, like, debate, and it was healthy at first. It was good.
But if they watched NRA TV, they would see Colleen Noir.
Because they're not wrong, and they delve into...
And you know how this story ends? They're like, guys, it's a bot. Don't even waste your time. And then they showed my profile. They put it in some kind of thing, and it made me a bot. I'm like,
how the hell does that happen?
I have no clue. I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm done. I'm not going to engage.
It's not. It isn't. It's not
let's
even.
go back to porn.
Not even especially. And speaking of Hawk, I feel bad because they're being manipulated. I know that. I got manipulated a bit even when I came out by the media.
Well,
right.
And they're loving it.
Well, that's what they do.
You're falling in. You're falling into. I love all these followers. Oh my God, everybody knows me. Oh my gosh, girls know me now. Oh my gosh. Don't tell. And David, you can't tell me I'm wrong on that.
Right.
You can't. And they're getting. But they're letting it go. I guarantee you, brother. When you turn 40, you're going to look back and go, man, I was an idiot. What the hell was I thinking? Because I know it. I've been there.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, I was 40, so I got into it a bit, and like, oh my gosh, I'm getting sucked into this world, and I'm starting to get manipulated, even by Fox a little bit, even by some. They're starting to use me for an agenda. I better pull myself back out of it.
But you realize it, and you saw it.
But they're too young, and it is hard when the materialistic world. It's there, dude, and you can get sucked into it, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It is fun for a little bit, but if you can't pull yourself out of it, it's just like you're being a coke addict.
Yeah,
really. I'm comparing that to. So David and all you other guys out there, and realize also
David Pig or
Hogg or whatever. You're ostracizing
Hogg.
the people that actually will support you. The guys gun owners that actually will go defend you. You're calling them out. The guys that will actually run in the building and save you, that will help you. You're
cut your
ostracizing
chances
all
of
them.
survival.
Well, the fact that you're able to say what you're saying, circle back to what you fought for, right?
Exactly.
It's our First Amendment, our
right.
free to be able to say that.
You can say it all you want.
Yeah, say it all you want.
But realize what you're doing. There is always you sow your oats, or you sow
right,
seeds
right,
and
right.
all that other freaking analogies. But
sorry, Instagram.
There is something that you're doing. There's going to be repercussions to it, and it's going to be personal to you. That only you're going to feel in your house alone.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, God, what the hell was I thinking? What did I do that for? I got my ass used up. I did.
Yeah.
And but it's all right, kids. Do it. And I'm glad they're passionate. But passion doesn't make you. That's the left's argument on that.
Passion doesn't make you right.
Passion doesn't make you right.
Right.
I'm passionate too. I was extremely passionate about what happened to me in Libya. I didn't. And just so all you guys out there know, I kept deploying. I didn't sit there and cry.
We
about
lost
it and all
Instagram.
that. That's right. I didn't sit there and cry about it. I went back to Yemen and I redeployed because I still love my country.
Yeah.
But I was still very passionate about. But you know what? I also took a step back and said, you know what? Let me figure this out. I don't know let me see if I'm saying the right things. Am I going the right direction?
Yeah.
They're not doing that.
They're not critically thinking.
But you're a teenager.
We've
you're
lost
a kid.
that. Yeah.
You don't have the experience to do that yet.
Yeah. That's
maturity trumps, literally. Maturity and trumps education. It does.
Right.
Book smarts is great. I have a master's degree. But I learned more getting out there on the road and getting in the real world, and then being able, luckily I was able to deploy and see many, many different ethnicities, many different religions, and work alongside them. That I learned more of that than I learned in any kind of books, any charter college. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
that's
good.
This is
that's good.
This is what
that's
we should be talking
about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hear the last question. Of course, he may want to throw one in. If you could spend the day at the range with anyone, whether they're still alive, dead, fictional, or a group of people, Who would you like to spend the day at the range with?
Fictional too?
Yeah, you could. It's fictional.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll give you two. Back in the day, I'm still single. So back in the day.
Back in the day. We're old.
Before she got
we can
married,
say that.
I would have said Jessica Biel. That's my girl over there.
Jessica
I
Biel.
love her, man.
Because of the booty.
Oh my gosh, I did.
I
My
mean,
two ex-wives
like top 10,
are
right?
volleyball players. If that tells you anything about it, what I like. But now talking going to a range, honestly, a fictional character. I'd love to go to the range with Captain America, man.
Captain America.
Yeah, let's see. Come on, Captain. Let me see.
That
your
would be
shield.
awesome.
Let's teach me. And
Would you like shoot him? Like hold your shield.
yeah,
let me
hold your
shoot you.
shield up. Let me shoot that shit. Now, again, I always wanted to be the Captain America, but I realize now reading, I'm Tony Stark.
I'm Tony Stark.
But I would love that. I'd love to fix a real character. I'll be honest, I get to shoot.
Real life?
No.
You get to shoot with them already,
with
right?
whoever I am, pretty much. And when I go to the range, honestly, I like to go out there by myself or Boone. I love shooting with Boone because he teaches me new stuff.
Where is
every
Boone? He's not here.
We actually take turns at the booth. So
Are y'all like splitting up?
He's working right now.
Okay.
He's at the booth right now.
Okay.
So
I
he's
got
on
you.
a Maxim booth, but no, he teaches me a lot because he is a student of ballistics, of weapons. Again, I'm the guy. Give me the gun, let me shoot it. He's the guy. Give me the gun, let me test it. Let me shoot gel blocks.
Right.
Let me do the math.
See what it can do.
Numbers, words. Okay, I don't understand it. Give me the gun, dude. But when I watch him shoot, like I can always just, that's working. I like that.
Yeah, you can tell he's like he's studying it as he's shooting it.
He is a student of it. Where I'm all emotion when I shoot, and I do study.
Which goes to a friend of ours has a podcast called Student of the Gun. Paul Markle. I don't know if you've met Paul.
I've never met Paul, but I know he is. Yeah.
Great guy. Great guy.
Good
Paul and Jared.
Good guy. And he's solid shooter.
They're my boys. They're my boy. If you're listening, guys. They're my boys.
Paul, nice to meet you unofficially.
Unofficially. He comes out to Big 3 occasionally, I think. So
we'll get out there again.
Yeah,
I'll be out there again.
He was he down in Big 3 when I was there?
No,
he wasn't. No way. Right?
No, wasn't there.
I'm not leading you guys on anymore. I'm good. You guys keep talking. I'm good.
No, that's
shit.
That's it. So we're here to talk about your training company. Battleline. We kind of got a little sidetracked.
But we did, guys. You learn more.
What else you want to talk about?
I mean, you get an opportunity to train with the best with Boone and Tonto. So you guys go to Battleline.
Battleline Tactical. Just go to KrisTontoParonto.com.
There you go.
And spell it correctly. If not, just you Google it. You'll see my name, and it'll pop up. And then there's that link to Battleline.
And it's KRIS.
KRIS. My mom believed in building character, so she spelled my name like a girl. So it was good growing up being called Kristen all the time. That was fun. But it did.
It built character, right?
It built character.
It built the character.
When the parents actually did build character back then.
Kris, thank you so much for taking the time to be on. I mean, this has been awesome.
Let's recap though.
What
did we learn?
We learned that
Kris is a DJ Quick fan.
And Kris needs a pistol.
He needs a pistol.
Kris needs a pistol.
All the Avengers died of AIDS at the end of the movie. Like what the fuck? I don't even know that.
Okay.
Thanos had this.
Wait, how did they die at the end of the movie?
I won't give, but there are some that die.
Okay.
But spoiler alert. I'm just saying.
If you've not seen it yet, then too bad.
But it is a good movie.
Okay.
Great.
It is fantastic. A lot of humor in it still. And then also, I love musicals.
You love musicals?
That's my fetish.
That was something we learned today.
Right.
Because I love musicals. I do.
Yep.
Michael
The producers.
Michael Bublé is my favorite singer.
There you go.
Michael Bublé.
Digging the Bublé.
I dig the Bublé.
I like the Harry Connick Jr.
Well, see, and I like Harry Connick Jr., but for some reason, Michael, it's just something
Michael Bublé.
about when I listen to I love that. DJ Quick to Michael Bublé.
He's smooth.
To George Strait. That's
to George Strait.
That's
there you
my
go.
playlist, guys. And then Five Finger Death Punch.
I was going to say
guys,
that.
man.
You mentioned that. I just saw them with Shinedown.
They're good. And All That Remains. I was in a couple of their music. I was in a Madness music video for All That Remains.
So check
Great
this
guys.
out. So the people who do our outro music, they're called the Goddamn Gallows. You will love them.
I don't know that.
The Goddamn Gallows. They're not, because of their name alone, they're like, screw,
You're not going to get on public. You're not going to get on national
and they did
radio
that.
with
They did that on purpose because they're like, buck the system, the hell with it. But they're extremely popular underground. You will love them. I'll hook you up with the Goddamn Gallows.
Definitely.
Yeah, they got a song called "Load Your Guns" that we outro
That's the
with.
outro to it.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll have to hear that.
Load Your Guns, but it's kind of like rockabilly kind of.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
It's good stuff.
No, I'm still redneck too. Come on, I live in Omaha.
Hell yeah.
I still am redneck as hell.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. Just grow up and I dug that. I dug that gangster rap playing sports.
Oh, I love that.
playing on those teams.
Oh, it gets you pumped up. Yeah,
it did. And then downrange
Get
in
that
Iraq,
adrenaline.
Afghanistan, it was 5-finger death punch before going out the gate.
Oh hell yeah!
Love that.
On a side note,
and Slipknot.
I'm reading a book right now called Once Upon a Time in Compton. It's the two cops. Literally, there's 2 cops that patrolled Compton through all the gang activity.
That's badass.
They talk about DJ Quick. DJ Quick made a song about one of the cops.
No.
It's the most fascinating book.
That's cool.
It's literally through the eyes of 2 police officers.
And that's a war zone right there.
Right.
Those guys are badass.
It's awesome. If you ever get a chance, check it out.
I will.
It's awesome.
You know what? I guess one regret I had is that if I was going to be a police officer, is actually getting when I got out is going and joining in Miami or Los Angeles or somewhere where I could have
Down in the big
been
cities.
law enforcement. I shouldn't say it's a regret, but I would have liked to do that. Now it's too late. Now I couldn't be a beat cop.
Well,
for 2 years
if
and take
Steven
that.
Seagal can still do it, yeah, I mean you can do it, man.
I don't think I could be told what to do. And the politics you see in police work now too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it anymore. But man, those guys are awesome.
I have good Steven Seagal stories. So
Yes, you do. Yeah, you got great Steven
know-
Seagal stories.
You know Steven?
yes.
Okay, I loved him. I remember. I still don't ruin it for me. I'm still.
We
out,
told
out for
one,
justice, hard for kill. Steven Seagal. That's how I remember it.
I they're just funny. It's not even like I'm ruining him. They're just bizarre. Like
I heard he's bizarre, and I didn't know he was Mongolian.
I went to his house.
He's a Mongol.
I was at his house.
He's a Mongol.
My national sales
derogatory, but
manager,
he's a Mongol.
Raphael, he's the biggest Steven Seagal fan. We literally show up to his house. The whole time I'm being cool. I'm like, no, don't ask for a picture. Don't do anything. Be cool. Ring the doorbell, and I'm like, we're fucking at Steven Seagal's house. Like, fucking freak out. But, like, he literally, I was waiting for him
Did
to
he
come
have
out.
that robe thing?
You know,
He's a
Asian.
He's
He's a fucking big guy.
Huge dude.
His fucking hand is like this.
And
Like,
he's a real deal, guys. Don't think he may not be like he loves shooting all. He's a real deal when it comes to keto. He's a badass DT. His martial. He's a real.
he's
deal.
actually he's kind of he's funny. He like busts balls and shit like that. But then he doesn't. You can't. It doesn't go the other way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
can see him being that dry humor where he's like he'll deliver a joke, but it's real dry, and you like, is that a joke or not? Is that him?
Okay, so I was waiting for him to come out and like.
Is she saying it's time for me to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No,
No, wait. I didn't know what's going on my shoulder here.
Like I did some research before I went to see him, and he made an energy drink of himself. Like there was an energy drink.
See, what?
Yes.
Like in my mind, I just
Booty sweat? Is that what it was? Booty sweat?
I can't remember what it's called.
It was
but
something like that. Yeah. No,
But, like-
seriously, it was something like that.
So I literally.
You can go to YouTube and he's got a video.
Okay, I have to watch it.
It's so
energy.
cheesy.
No, so I want him to serve. Like I'm
played it on
like,
the
how cool would
podcast.
it be if he's like, "Are you guys thirsty?" And then he goes and he brings it out. Like I was like, I wanted something like that. Like he served.
He's got his own drink.
Like, then he plugs it. You know, he's like, it's got 8 essential
kinds of Asian
minerals
stuff.
and
It's
vitamins.
got electrolytes.
Right.
It's got all kind of Asian stuff in it.
No, but so we were talking about doing a gun in 1911. He's a huge 1911 guy. He actually knows about 1911.
No,
We're sitting there, and so there's a process. When you bring a gun from out of the country, you got to go through ATF.
Okay,
It takes almost a year. And so we're sitting there, and he's like, how long is this going to take? And I said, minimum 6 months, could be a year. And he goes, I really would like it done in 4. And I go, well, it's ATF. Like, we have no choice. He's like, you got to respect the law. In my fucking mind, I'm like, oh, shit, he just served that one up. I'm like, I thought you were above the law. No, but the worst part about it is,
That's awesome. Did you do it?
Yes.
You capitalized.
No, but he
I thought
literally
you were
looked-
above the law.
like he looks at me.
He waited his whole life to
And
do that line.
Right, and I was like, God, he fucking hates me. Like he didn't laugh. Like I was like, that was fucking great.
He did
Like-
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
he did
I
awesome.
got there's.
Props. Give me props
Thank you,
for
sir.
that. Yeah, but in all his respect, I started doing a keto because of
Steven Seagal?
And it said he is a and actually we're Twitter friends.
Oh,
And he's a patriot. He is I really think he's a. Now I haven't.
He is, yeah.
But I think he's a patriot, and
I think
again,
so.
as far as the
He's
keto
great.
goes, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
He's and when you're with him and you're standing next to him, you're like, he could fuck me up. Like all that.
All right, I'm going to
bullshit.
step in.
Okay.
Guys, we are at the 2018 NRA. Chris has to go. Judy is like, cut it.
Hey,
We're going to be back with more.
She scheduled this.
You are welcome back anytime, brother.
You too, bro. Thanks, my friend.
So we're
It's
going to
a
hook
pleasure.
up. We're
You
going to
gotta
classes
come by at
together.
least look around.
Check out the website.
I will. Well, I
No, your
appreciate it.
website.
Kris
I'm
Tonto
telling
Pro-
everybody. Yeah.
I will check out my own website.
You
but
will.
You check out my website, guys, if you get a chance. And KrisTontoParonto.com. I think I've said it.
Yeah.
I plugged it enough.
That's what we're here for.
Promotion
That's what
enough.
we're here for.
Thanks,
We'll be
bro.
back. We'll be back with a lot more interviews.
All right, guys, that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. That was a great interview. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. Tonto was awesome. Look forward to having him on again in the near future. You guys hit Tonto up on his social media pages and let him know that you enjoyed that interview, and that'll make him want to come on and do it again. So big thanks to all the sponsors of Talking Lead. Right On USA, the official optics of Talking Lead. Make sure you guys go to your local gun stores and demand that they start carrying Right On USA optics and red dots. RightOnUSA.com. Like I said earlier in the show, let's start this grassroots movement, word of mouth, and help support those that support this show, not only by buying their products, but let's get their products in these dealer stores. High Threat Concealment. They make great holsters, mag holsters, battle belts. They even have collars for your canines and leashes for your canines now. Got a couple. I got a couple of those the other day for Oshi and Kina. Oshi is a Great Dane, but he got a big old extra large. And Kina, she's about a medium, I guess. She's a Malamute, like a Siberian Husky kind of dog. And she got a medium on hers, but they're awesome, real high quality collars for your canines. They have the Cobra latches, belt latches like their battle belts have. So they're not going to come loose. Check them out, highthreatconcealment.com. Defy, the official wristwear of Talking Lead. Go to Defy Watches right now and get that discount that we offered in episode 242 for the Battlefield or the Scout, or both if you want them. You got to go back to episode 242, find out what that deal is. But it's amazing. You're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to stay tuned because we're going to have more awesome deals from Defy Watches. Great EDC watches, great dress watches they have through the Smith & Bradley line. High quality stuff here. Any other company would be charging double, triple what these guys are charging for their watches. For equal quality, actually their quality is better. So go to defywatches.com. Let them know you're Leadhead. X Steel Targets, the best, most affordable AR-500 steel targets on the market today is X Steel Targets. Go to your local gun shop, retailer, and ask them to carry X Steel Targets as well. Modern Spartan Systems, their line of cleaners, lubricants, optimizers. Ask for Modern Spartan Systems at your local dealer as well. 1776 United for your Talking Lead official apparel and swag. You go to 1776united.com. And if you want to get those awesome Talking Lead tumblers, if you don't want to be a snowflake, get rid of your Yetis and get a Talking Lead tumbler. You can go to dip123.com/Talking Lead. $25, limited time. Those aren't going to last for that price. And then we're going to let 1776 start carrying those here soon. But we're going to have different designs, I know that. So like the Leadhead Brigade, and we've got a new logo coming with 1776. Another one of those 3 that our listeners submitted for our t-shirt contest design that we did a while back. We're going to be releasing another one of those soon, so stay tuned. And if you're down in the Dallas, Georgia area, make sure you stop by Head Down Firearms. Their grand opening is this Saturday, the 19th. Let them know that you heard about them on Talking Lead. And they've got all kinds of giveaways. They're even giving away one of their custom Glocks there. So make sure you stop by Head Down at 333 Butler Industrial Drive in Dallas, Georgia this Saturday. And happy birthday to my grandmother. She turns 100 this month. She hits the big century this month. And we're going to have a big blowout for her. That's why I can't make it down to Dallas. Sorry, guys. But Grandma takes precedence over everybody. So we're going to have a good time with my grandma this weekend, having some cake and some food, see some family members I've not seen in a long time. We're going to have a good time. So wish my grandmother a happy birthday. And stay tuned because we've got more coming from the 2018 National Rifle Association annual meetings from the official headquarters of the Eagle Imports booth We've got a great interview with Rob Pincus coming up. We've got one with Charlie Melton and Brad Stair. We've got one with Yehuda. That's right, Yehuda Ramir. He's got a couple of books that you guys are going to want to get for your kids. All kinds of interviews. We got Tom with the Firearms blog. We got Fiochi coming up. It's pronounced Fioki, not Fiochi. Buell Collins. We got the guys from Head Down. They're going to be on. And lots more. So you guys stay tuned. Be engaging on social media. Send your suggestions, comments, questions to me at talkinglead@gmail.com. And until next week, Leadheads, as always, keep your loved ones close and your firearms closer.